Hi everybody and welcome back to the Upside Dan. I am so excited to talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League with you guys. This is a spoiler review for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So here's a spoiler warning for the Justice League Snyder Cut, now on HBO Max. This is Zack Snyder's definitive director's cut of Justice League. Determined to ensure Superman's ultimate sacrifice was not in vain, Bruce Wayne aligns forces with Diana Prince with plans to recruit a team of metahumans to protect the world from an approaching threat of catastrophic proportions. This movie was obviously directed by Zack Snyder. It was written by Chris Terrio. The stories by Zack Snyder, Chris Terrio, and Will Beall. This stars Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, and Henry Cavill. So let me get into the background of the Snyder Cut. A lot of people already know, so I'll just go ahead and go through it quickly. So during production of the 2017 Justice League, Zack Snyder was working on it and his daughter took her own life, unfortunately. So he stepped away as director and Joss Whedon took over. They had to crunch this film. The studio interfered and they crunched this film down to like 2 hours. And what we got in 2017 was that monstrosity. And now, after a lot of fans just fought for this to happen on Twitter, social media, all over, just everywhere, finally we got the Snyder Cut on HBO Max. This movie, I was super excited for it since it was announced last year. And I'm so happy that we got it. I'm so happy that Zack Snyder got to, he had his vision realized now. I am so happy for him because he seems like such a great person, such a go-lucky, happy person. And what happened to him was tragic, but he deserved to get his vision out there, especially if he wanted to, and he did. And he has. And his vision is extraordinary. I absolutely loved this 4-hour epic known as Zack Snyder's Justice League. Streaming now on HBO Max. Go check it out if you haven't already. Even if you have, go check it out. It needs as much support as you can give it because we definitely want the CEO of Warner Brothers and everyone else at Warner Brothers, everyone at HBO Max, everyone at the DCEU, we want them to hear our roar and we want them to see that we're united yet again to restore the Snyderverse. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. So I'm so happy that he got his vision realized. It's such a historic, thing in cinema now because this hasn't happened. Yes, we've had director's cuts, we've had extended cuts, but something like this, something so extraordinary such as this, has really never happened before. And I'm so happy that it did. And I think for that reason, this is a phenomenal story. I absolutely loved the Snyder Cut. It was so epic. So extraordinary. I loved the character development that we got here. We get more from each Justice League member, especially Cyborg. Cyborg is, in a lot of ways, the heart of this film. Ray Fisher puts on a phenomenal performance here. I absolutely loved all of the attention we got to this character. We learned so much more about why he is the way that he is. He seems way more important to the story and the League members. So I'm so happy that we got all that. Ezra Miller has a lot to do as the Flash here as well. He's not just some one-joke man. Yes, he has a lot of jokes. Yes, there are a lot of jokes. And most of the comedy in here, and there isn't that much, most of it lands, which is great. A lot of Joss Whedon's cut, their jokes did not land, and there was a lot of dumb jokes, and just a lot of bad decisions in that movie from the company, from the production, from the producers, from the everybody, and that's what came, that monstrosity that came in 2017 that so many people didn't like. I didn't hate it, but I'm not talking about that right now. I did not like it, don't get me wrong. This is phenomenally better and definitely better and in every way better. Just in every aspect, this one is an improvement. I loved all the different arcs that we got for these characters. We got so much more. The pacing here, I think, is so much better. There's some issues here and there. I had very little nitpicks with this film. But for the most part, this does not feel like a 4-hour movie for me. It really didn't. It felt long at times, don't get me wrong, but I didn't feel like it was 4 hours. Alright, I gotta say everybody though. Ben Affleck's amazing as Batman and Bruce Wayne. I love him. Gal Gadot is amazing as Diana Prince and Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa is amazing as Arthur Curry in Aquaman. Ezra Miller is great as Barry Allen in The Flash. Ray Fisher is great as Victor Stone in The Cyborg. And last but definitely not least, Henry Cavill is phenomenal as Clark Kent in Superman. I love him as this character. He looks the part. He is Superman to me. And I really hope that we get to see more of him in the future as this character. I know it's not looking that likely right now, but I really need it. He literally looks like Superman, and he literally acts like Superman. He's the perfect fit. Let's give him more. Let's restore the Snyderverse. Let's give all of these actors another chance to play these characters. I know some of them are going to be continuing, which is great, but I want them all to continue, and I want the Snyderverse to continue. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse. I guess this is kind of a nitpick, the music. So, there's a difference between a score and a soundtrack. Score is the instrumentals that play over a scene that are not actually, a part of the movie. Like, the characters are not hearing this. And the score here is phenomenal. Junkie XL, you do an amazing job. Congrats and thank you for returning after being, kicked out from the 2017 one. He returned, and Junkie XL returned, and we did he redid the score. He didn't even use a lot of his same stuff from the 2017 year from the one, and so I just thought it was phenomenal. The Wonder Woman score here is amazing. I absolutely love the Wonder Woman score in any capacity that we hear it. But the soundtrack is a different story. The soundtrack's kind of one of my negatives. So much of the music here does not fit the actual singing that we hear over certain scenes. It just does not fit in with the scene. It's some odd choices here, and I know Zack Snyder is known for some odd choices here and there. But don't get me wrong, I love that he got to do his vision, but I still think that the soundtrack wasn't all that. The one scene of the town folks singing as Aquaman swam off was a little odd, and I honestly didn't know what it was doing in there. I didn't know its purpose. So I don't understand it. I think that probably could have been cut down at least, or cut out. But yeah, score, amazing. Soundtrack, not so much. For me, the CGI was not a problem. I didn't really notice any bad CGI that people are talking about. I mean, nothing's as worse as the mustache from the 2017 one. It wasn't a problem at all. I thought there was so many beautiful shots in this film. Zack Snyder is a visionary director to a T, and he does the hell out of it in this film. So many great shots. Shots with lighting, shots with, their silhouettes. Wonder Woman with the arrow looking out. Superman, which we will get to, is Superman flying up in the light in front of him after he gets that black suit on. Just so epic. One of the best I think that this film has some of the best Superman stuff in ever. Some of the best superhero stuff ever, to be honest. I love this comic book film. One of my favorite comic book films, definitely. The action. The action here is just so great. You get more in the Wonder Woman scene and the opening when the museum or the school or whatever is under, it's a hostage situation. It's part of it is in the 2017 one, but this one has so much more violence. It uses its R rating very well here. I don't think that it is unnecessarily rated R, any of this film. They use the violence to a purpose. There's a purpose for it. If they have to swear, they use it for a purpose. There's a few F words in here, but I think that they were used well. I think that the violence was used well. And the action scenes were awesome. Zack Snyder is just so great at action scenes, at beautiful shots. Just everything that has to do with looking, I think, is just great here. I think this is also one of his better written, projects. I know he didn't write it, but he did the story. I think it's one of his cohesive, one of the most cohesive ones of his. I didn't feel the 4-hour runtime, like I said. I loved when Wonder Woman saved all the kids in the beginning. I loved Steppenwolf, coming on the scene, and fighting all of the Amazon warriors. That was a really good scene. So much better than it was in the original, if I remember. I don't really remember the 2017 one that much, to be honest. I haven't seen it since theaters. I kind of want to check it out again, but at the same time, I don't. Oh yeah, Steppenwolf. So Steppenwolf is an actual villain here. an actual character that you, like a villain that you actually care to see. You know, he's a well-developed character. He's a villain, and you know his motive, and you know why he's doing it. He's in debt to Darkseid, who is also a great villain, and I don't know why they took Darkseid's scenes out of the first one, out of 2017. Actually, there's so much stuff in here that I don't know how they thought was a good... I don't know why they thought, oh, this is a good idea to take this out. It explains so much. Ray Fisher, Cyborg, it explains so much more with his character, and I get him so much more now. He barely got anything in the first one. So Steppenwolf was great, Darkseid was great, and I hope that we get to learn more about him. We don't know. As of now, they're not continuing this, but please, we need to restore the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. So then I love the scene when they revive Superman. That's even way better. Like how they do it, how they get into the building to do it. It's explained. You know, that you just needed to explain stuff. It's funny, huh? And I don't know why they took out this one line. Do you bleed? Kyle asked that to Batman in the 2017 one, right? They took it out here, and out of all, like, that'd be surprising because Zack Snyder's the one that did Batman vs. Superman when Batman says it to him. Do you bleed? So now they took that out here, and I thought that was a good line. I wish they kept that in. Another thing I wish they kept in, I liked it. It just showed Aquaman as more of a down-to-earth human being, kind of. But the lasso of truth scene, when you don't know he's sitting on the lasso or whatever, and he's telling the truth, I thought that showed the camaraderie. I actually liked that, from what I remember. They kind of have a line here, at least. I never said that when they're like, oh, we thought you didn't care or something like that, and he's like, I never said that. It's a good character moment because it's like he looks so buff, so rough, so, you know, tough. I don't know why I just said all three of those. He's so big and...
That's what she said!
Michael, please. Please.
He looks just like he'd be this tough, grisly man, but he has a heart. He has a nice, soft center of it all. I mean, you see him. He's bringing fish and food. He's saving these villagers all over, like, around the ocean. He's doing all of that. And you get to see even more like Cyborg. Cyborg helped that lady at the ATM. There's some logistics things there, like, but whatever. Barry Allen saves Iris from that car crash, which, some of the comedy that worked, I think all the comedy worked, but I really did like when he saved her and then went back into the doggy daycare and was like, oh, I hope everyone's okay. But anyway, you see more of a heart to all of these League members, which was just so amazing here. So then we get to the end, the amazing epic battle against Steppenwolf. So when Superman got the black suit, like I said, I loved the scene, some of the best Superman stuff in here. Like I said, some of the best superhero stuff, comic book stuff. He flies up out of Earth and you just see his silhouette with the light in front of him, his suit's flapping around. It's just glorious. They're fighting Steppenwolf. Flash is running around really fast because Cyborg needs to get into the mother boxes, but he needs more power to do that because they can't connect or the world's gonna end, basically. The Flash gets shot. Cyborg's about to get axed by Steppenwolf, and this is like one of my favorite scenes. Superman flies in, lets the axe hit him right here, and is just like not impressed. And then he beats the crap out of Steppenwolf. Really, he had Steppenwolf. He knocked his whole antler off or whatever. It was really great scene, great epicness. Cyborg doesn't get the mother boxes to be separated because the Flash got shot. So then the Flash reverses time. Such an amazing looking scene. Like I said, great visionary. Zack Snyder's just a great visionary. So then they go, the Flash reverses time, and the really cool shots of their corpses kind of forming back together, their skin getting back on their skulls, their blood going back in, because it's all reversing. Just great stuff. They get the mother boxes out. Darkseid had come. Darkseid's right there, looking through the ring. I really liked him here. He's intimidating. Like I said, I hope we get to learn more about him. Restore the Snyderverse. Then there's a great scene. Aquaman stabs Steppenwolf. Superman flings him back. Wonder Woman does a cool flip and cuts his head off, decapitates him. His head and his body separately go through the ring, and Darkseid just steps on his head. And then there's an amazing shot of the Justice League looking back at Darkseid through the ring, and Darkseid's almost like an I'll do it myself when Thanos said that. He's like, okay, get the Armada, we have to do it the old-fashioned way. So now we're not going to ever see that in fruition, but I think that's going to change. I have faith. So anyway, then we get a really cool shot of them on the ledge, all the Justice League members, just very awesome stuff. And then we get to the epilogue. So, the epilogue, I loved the epilogue. I loved everything in it, but that's also a negative. I think the epilogue's just way too long. It's not paced as well as the rest of the movie. There's just too much in it. But like I said, I don't know what I would cut because I liked everything that was in it. We get that amazing nightmare scene. I thought Jared Leto's Joker was just astronomically better than he was in Suicide Squad. And I wouldn't mind seeing this character again now. I just thought his scene with Batman, his dialogue back and forth was just so witty. And you get different Easter eggs throughout it, like the mention of the Boy Wonder. Harley Quinn gets mentioned. Joker makes a joke about who's going to give you a reach around. We're best friends. All of that really good stuff that you want from a Batman and Joker scene. Batman wakes up, and we got the little hint of it earlier, Martian Manhunter. He was Martha talking to Lois earlier in the movie. I kind of wish there was a scene between them, though. It was a really, it was a heartfelt scene. But it was Martian Manhunter. Then we get Martian Manhunter at the end, and basically saying, I want help. And I thought that was a really cool, thing at the end. It was a really good way to end this film after that long epilogue. So I loved the film, and of course, as it fades to black, it says For Autumn, Zack Snyder's daughter, which was just amazing that he got to dedicate this to her, that he got his vision out. I love it. So please, let's restore the Snyderverse. I know I've said it multiple times. Let's restore it. So what would I give Zack Snyder's Justice League? A 9 out of 10. Zack Snyder's Justice League gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Please comment down below, what did you think of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Did you like the 4-hour runtime? Did you like the new, the character development here? Did you like it better than 2017? I can't imagine that anyone didn't. And I don't hate the 2017 Justice League as much as a lot of people do. But it's not good. I don't like it either, really, all that much. I haven't revisited it since theaters. Do you want to restore the Snyderverse? I think that'd be very cool. So, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Let me know down in those comments what you thought of it. Blow up that comment section. If you've liked my content so far, you're going to like something else around here. Please like this video. Comment on this video. Did you like the Zack Snyder Justice League? Please share this video with the Justice League fans in your life. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe and come to the Upside Dan.